Hello, everybody. My name is Laura Ketches. I am the Lakota Studies Director at Oglala Lakota County School District. Here we use the Lakota Language Consortium orthography. We use the dictionary. We use all the materials to help us learn Lakota. I have been personally using, this is the first orthography I've used to learn Lakota at a Lakota Language Summer Institute. And I've used it to learn Lakota and teach Lakota. So we are, it is mandated to teach district-wide here. And we are honoring Levi Left Hand, who was my mentor and who is not here anymore, but he also saw, firsthand and believed in the orthography and saw how it benefited the teachers as well as the students and just everyone learning Lakota. So I just want to say thank you to all the supporters and everyone who takes the time to learn Lakota and is a part of language revitalization. The dictionary is just so amazing because you can look up any word that you need to on your cell phone. Using and having the book is just offers additional learning. Pronunciation of each of the words is so important, especially in the school system. Any learners don't want to mess up the words, so it's like they can press on the man version or the female version, and that's just phenomenal. Yeah, I'm just super grateful for the elders for taking the time to do the recordings, having that trust to that our people were going to use this for generations to come, and it just has been such a reliable resource, not only in my own learning, but in the entire district and anyone who's taking language learning seriously. It's just one of the best tools that we can have.
Yeah, the dictionary is quite helpful. In fact, I'm helping Alan Wilson teach Lakota language, and we're slowly working our way towards the point of getting people to use the dictionary. So that's one of the things that we're doing. So yeah, the dictionary is becoming more and more valuable, and especially for the fact that it's on. You can get it on iPhone or one of your devices. I think that's especially helpful because people can look up things right, basically on the spot and in real time. So the dictionary is quite a valuable instrument, and of course, the fact that it's consistent. It has words, consistent spelling. It has helpful hints about conjugating verbs, and besides, of course, writing the meanings of words and so forth. So yeah, all those are extremely valuable additions to the dictionary, and then we keep adding new words to it. So I think those are all extremely valuable additions to the dictionary. So I hope that more people will make use of that, and eventually continue the process of learning the language through the dictionary. I actually learned in the process of working with Jan on the dictionary because sometimes he comes up with a word and that I'm not even aware of. So we talk about it and then we find it someplace, and realize what it means, and it's a new word, that's still being used. So So I contributed that way in developing the dictionary. Is coming up with all these new words and learning in the process, but realizing that the words are still being used, by Lakota speakers. So that's what makes it, um, good dictionary. And I worked with Jan on it for many, many years. So it was still, I guess, it's a developing thing. So.
They came up with this dictionary. I was really excited about that because we can look up the words and translate, and they themselves could look it up and translate because it was written both in Lakota and in English. So they, of course, as some of them were not fluent, so they would look up look up the English word and then say it in Lakota. And that's where I was working with some young people, and I would help them with the pronunciation of the word, and of course they could read the meaning in English. And then later on, they came up with the phone app, and boy, that really took off. So then we were able to text with these young students. They were like high school students. So they were able to communicate with myself and my husband at the time. So then I always remembered how far it came from that year until today. And I have a lot of young people that still write to me in Lakota. When they text me or when they Facebook me, I would speak to them in Lakota, and they're able to write back, or speak to me in Lakota, or write to me in Lakota, and I would write back in Lakota. I feel really good inside that they're able to use this, whether it's the phone app or even looking at the dictionaries that they have available. And I myself have family members that use those resources. They're really happy that they can get on their phone and look up a word and then teach themselves how to say it, because even those are recorded. So that's what I think is so awesome about these dictionaries that they came up with, and with the phone apps that go along with it. But to me, I think it's important that it's designed to where, like our students, like our Lakota kids today, they're able to read the English language, and they have the skills to read and know where to put the diacritic marks and all of that. So when this came about, they were able to read it and actually know what was being taught to them, even by pictures, because I remember how colorful the workbooks were. So to me, I think that what was most important is that the children are the ones that are going to learn from the way these books and dictionaries are made. It doesn't have anything to do with us as fluent speakers or adults. That we should be really be supportive of this orthography, because our kids can read it.
My name is Kevin Locke, and I live here in Wakapala, South Dakota, one of the districts of Standing Rock. And I've been involved with the Lakota language for many years as a second language learner. And I met Jan many years ago in Bloomington, Indiana, maybe close to 30 years ago. And one thing I remember from many, many years ago is hearing people praying about the continuity and the survival of the language. And I really feel that the dictionary and the materials that are being developed, have been developed, and are being developed by LLC are really a fulfillment of those prayers. And of course, we have to detach ourselves to the actual way those prayers are fulfilled. That really, language, any kind of language, is a product of the human spirit that transcends gender and race and ethnicity and geography. So it's a wonderful fulfillment of that. And of course, the dictionary is and the orthography are wonderful tools for our younger generation who have these potentialities and gifts that can be released in fulfillment of our ancestors' prayers. And I've seen the effectiveness of the orthography and the materials demonstrated with young people who can now just pick up any of the materials and easily read them with the proper pronunciation that's portrayed in the orthography, and of course the stress, the required stress for the words. So I really have seen in the last several years the effectiveness of the initiative of the Lakota Language Consortium.